Okie dokie, welcome back. All right, last segment, kicking it through. Good day today. I noticed we're still getting shadow banned a little bit because the reach hasn't been that big, but thank you all for being there. All my friends are there like you are every single day. I hope you're spreading the word somehow because we're under attack. The whole thing's under attack. President Trump is under attack by the left, by the Antifites, by George Soros, by the Black Lives Matter, and now the Silicon Valley cartel is all heavily weighted against Donald Trump, but he just continues pounding and pounding and pounding. Okay, Johnny Mac is on there. Herb Pete's loving what he's seeing today. Victor Rukavina is there. Amal's on. Leanne was on earlier. Okay, we got a good crew there. Now, one of the most hotly contested seats in the entire country is the congressional district right here in Staten Island and Brooklyn. Freshman Congressman Max Rose continues to lie to the community about all the things he's done, okay? He did fight for the extension of the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund. Thank you. He did fight for seawall on a part of Staten Island that was stricken by Hurricane Sandy. Today is the 8-year anniversary of Hurricane Sandy. God bless all of those that were lost. And thank you to Max Rose for putting in the work on that seawall. We needed it. These are things that you got to do in your job. He told everyone here that he is not for impeachment, that he's not going to vote with Nancy Pelosi. He's going to be a moderate. He's going to be independent. He's going to be an outsider. Wrote an op-ed where he said, I'm not going to impeach, in this rag of a paper we have here in Staten Island. And then he went down to Washington and showed what he really is, Nancy Pelosi's puppet. Okay? He's her puppet. Max Rose has voted with Nancy Pelosi 97% of the time. And you, wherever you're watching, probably have people in your area that have the same type of record. And hopefully you're going to be voting for a Republican to have a House that supports the president, Donald Trump. People are sending me some stuff that are coming out of people's Facebook pages. And now when we're talking about getting banned for all kinds of hate speech and stuff like that, there's this lady who's, you know, a big Max Rose supporter and volunteer and everything else. And we're supposed to be having a civil discourse that we could all hold our head up about, right? Her Facebook page, I want to show you a couple of pictures, okay? Here's this lady, Lori Honor. She's a local Staten Island person, apparently a Democrat, big supporter of Max Rose. And she's running this campaign called Tiny Trump. And she's got these little cardboard cutouts of Donald Trump. And her Facebook post, which is strange, says, all identities are welcome to get your Tiny Trump on. And not just for Monday. Start practicing now. It's very therapeutic, okay? And they're calling it an art display. That's the way they're getting around it, okay? It's very therapeutic for all of you out there like me who have Trump derangement syndrome and you're so frightened. All right, can we take it? Yeah. You were so frightened that Donald Trump might win re-election that we're going around cutting out little cardboard cutouts of Donald Trump. But here's where Facebook gets it wrong. You got a grown woman who should be an example for young kids, and I met some of Max Rose's volunteers out on the campaign trail last week, and they were well educated. They were smart, they were polite, they were professional, they were doing what they were taught to do. I was really happy to see even young men of another party out there educated and knowing what they were talking about. Okay, so somewhere kids are getting educated. In other places, these people with Trump derangement syndrome, take a look at these little cardboard cutouts, okay? One says, I love kids in cages, okay? And by the way, it's well known that Barack Obama and Joe Biden built those cages, okay? But Donald Trump apparently loves. And now, show it to me one more time. Look at what they're doing. They're running a thing where they're encouraging people, not that one, the other one. They're encouraging people to go out and put up these little things. You know, and one of their things is suburban women hate me, okay? Other one says nasty. You could see what the other one says, the big one. So why isn't this being stricken down by Facebook as hate speech? Why are people so mentally incapacitated here in Staten Island that they have to resort to disrespectful hate speech to try to get their point across in a debate? And by the way, she's running a campaign called Tiny Trump. Tiny. Now, when your candidate that you support is tiny, you don't want to start a tiny Trump campaign at the same time. And Max Rose is tiny. Okay, there's nothing wrong with tiny guys. Mike Bloomberg is tiny. You know what I'm saying? And he's a mega billionaire. So, bad comparative to make, if you ask me. And when I say, you know, these people have Trump derangement syndrome, they're talking about how going out with little cutouts with hate speech written on them and posting them are therapeutic. This is the way you can overcome the Trump derangement syndrome, by going out and spreading hate speech and teaching kids that this is a good way to run a campaign. And at the same time, while the Tiny Trump campaign is underway by Loriana and friends, I saw Max Rose out on the campaign trail. And when you want to talk about tiny, he was out there handing out his business cards. Look at this. Okay? See what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's, you know, that's not a carbon cutout. That's Max Rose walking around with a stack of his business cards, handing them out in front of a ShopRite. So, you know, if you want to compare two tinies, you might want to find somewhere else to go. You may want to lay off the hate speech. You may actually want to find a hobby like arts and crafts or something, because you sure as hell got way too much time on your hands when you're sitting there cutting out little Donald Trump silhouettes and stamping weird stuff. And by the way, suburban moms, if you know anything about them, which obviously this lady doesn't know much about suburban moms, the thing they care about most is their children, and they want safety and security for their children in the way of cops. Trump is supported by every law enforcement union across the country, so maybe suburban moms have a little bit different view than even you, because most women I know, they care about their kids first, safety and security. You stay safe. You have a cold one to wash down today's edition of Liquid Lunch, and we will be back here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, for Freaky Friday Liquid Lunch.